G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_Gaming for another Dokkan Battle video. So for today's video here we're going to be going through the best team building options to be taking out the physical Golden Frieza and 17 EZA events. So LR EZA, we love them, they're 10 stages, 30 stones, easy money for us here. So as you can see, the weakness for this EZA is the transformation boost category, which, as you'll see, we do have a number of leaders for, including, as we click on here, the AGL Broly. So a unit that I imagine a lot of people would have just summoned for. He's going to be insanely good for this event. So, but in terms of other leaders, we also have the AGL Kale. If you are running like a Universal Survival themed team, the Super Saiyan 3 Rose, if you're going to go like a crossover route, the STR Super Boo, and then also the STR Cooler. So a couple options there. At least by running one of these guys, even if you don't have Broly, you can then bring Broly as a friend to dominate. So as I said before, it is an LR EZA, which means that we do want to predominantly be bringing LR units here. So that's what we'll heavily focus on the start, but we will go through the TUR options as well, and I'll show you the team that I am going to be using in game for this one. So as you can see, we don't have Jiren out on global, but we got Super Saiyan Gohan. He's alright. Like, I guess if you're battling for a final option to bring, he could definitely work. Broly, leader of the team, really good option. You got the Omega. Like, if you're not running GT bosses, there's no point running him. Super Boo could be alright with his ability to like get that extra damage in slot 1, can cause a bunch of damage. We've got the two Freezers here. AGL Golden Frieza will work really well because he's got that huge damage reduction. Full power Frieza probably would avoid if possible. And then we've got Super Baby 2. We're not going up against a pure Saiyan, so probably not worth bringing him either. As we look at tech here, we got the Tech UI Goku. He's obviously going to be phenomenal for this stage. Anytime where you've got the ability to dodge, it's going to be really, really effective. And then Tech Rebrian Trio, like meh. Orange Piccolo's not a bad option, and you could run him as a lead to go superheroes / Battle of Wits and build a team like that. Tech Gods will be alright. Tech Vegito could be alright as well because he's going to have that slot 3 dodge. Cell and Broly are definitely no-goes, but probably underrated Vegito's just ability to sit in slot 7 for a team and dodge with that floating ability. We will have type disadvantage with these in units, but I do still like the value that the Super Saiyan Trio bring with their big old damage that they can perform. We've also got the in Super Saiyan 4 Goku having category advantage could also make it valuable for him because he will then get the extra defense with his damage reduction as well. So in Cell, if you're running sort of a extreme style team, STR Future Gohan will be really good. He's got that damage reduction, can perform multiple supers. Just a really solid unit for an EZA like this. And then Gogeta's just going to be able to fulfill that same role as Vegito. You just slap them as the final slot on the team, and be able to dodge in slot 3. We've got 3 extreme options here in the STR Cooler, STR Full Power Frieza, and the STR of Prime Battle Frieza. If you're building an extreme style team, those 3 will work really well in tandem together. I think they could go crazy, especially STR Cooler with his multiple supers. If you got dupes in him, you turn that into crits, that's going to be able to cause a lot of damage there. But scrolling down the physical, we've got the physical Gogeta, who's going to be really handy here. As I said, this is an LR EZA, so primarily you want to bring LRs, which means you need orbs. So Rainbow Key Spheres are going to be really important, so that orb changing there will be really valuable. Physical Ultimate Gohan, he's going to have his guard. He'll just be a really solid option here. And then you've got physical Boo Tanks as well for if you're rocking with that extreme style of team. In terms of super TURs, I guess you got the Gogeta there. He's got dodge, so if you don't have the LR, he could be a pretty good option. TURs here. I guess you could use Android 13 for big bad bosses, and that could be valuable. You'll have your damage reduction, so I'm sure you'll look not too bad, and you do get big bad bosses when you transform. If you're desperately looking for a final unit, like the AGL Golden Frieza will work really, really well, because just like literally solely because he's got that big old damage reduction. So just slap him in slot 1 and he's not going to take damage. We got Tech Mr. Boo, again another damage reduction unit, orb changer. If you can't bring a really full LR team, he'll be a really impactful option actually for this one. We got the Evil Boo. If you're running a margin power team, he'll be really good with his 70% chance. Well, you're not going to run full margin power, but if you were to run full margin power, actually that would definitely work. He's got that 70% chance to dodge crit. Tech Vegeta works really well with Broly, so that's certainly an option there. Continuing on with the Boo options, we've got Exchange Boo here, who's really, really good after his EZA. He's dominant, actually. I'm ripping him off by calling him just really good. Super Int, we've got some good TURs here in like with Fat Boo, Golden Frieza, Rudigan, Gotenks, but I would personally be avoiding them because they're going to have type disadvantage. Then like you can sort of get away with type disadvantage if they're an LR, but TUR I think that does sort of steal away your value there. Super STR TUR, so they got type advantage. Guess if you're battling for options, you got Namek, Goku, but STR Kefla can work really, really well. She's can get the additional super attacks with the orbs, and she does serious damage too, which is really good. In Super STR, I guess if you're not running the Int Fat Boo, this guy would work really well on a Boo team because he gets his orb changing, damage reduction, and is a nuker. I guess Janemba, if you're really battling, he's got the dodge chance at least. Then super physical, you've got Godku. You could definitely run Godku as a lead and then go with a pure / hybrid Saiyans team. And then looking at extreme physical, you got the king of support, the physical Kid Buu. Physical Super Boos, the type support. But other than that, I think you definitely could just run a straight Boo team here, rock double Boo tanks, and that would work really well. But I do still think going with the LR the LR full team here with someone like Broly as your lead is definitely the ideal option. So what I'll do is I'll move across to in-game now and I'll show you the team that I'm going to be using to destroy this EZA here. So as I was just saying, I have elected to go with the AGL Broly as my leader. I just think Transformation Boost is just such a good lead under him because you're able to really build a super focused team as well. Having such a sort of superhero link like Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, like that's going to work really well with the team that we've got here, and we don't have to worry about the domain affecting us negatively because honestly, the stage isn't going to live long enough for that here. So we've got the AGL Broly, we've also got the Tech UI. He's going to have his ability to dodge, he can perform multiple supers, and that's all we really need to know for him pretty much. Dodging units that give us a little bit of usability in slot 1. So if everything goes wrong, we just chuck him in slot 1. And I do love just looking at his art, like it just looks sick. So we've also got the STR Future Gohan. As I mentioned, he's got his damage reduction really early on. So when you combine that damage reduction with type advantage, with category advantage, he's going to be really, really hard to do damage to in this EZA. And he can perform multiple supers, he can get the crit up. He's just a really, really good option for this EZA here. We've also got the physical Gogeta, so I spoke about it before when I was talking about him, but he's got the attacks effective against all types. He guards for 3 turns, gets the extra key per key sphere obtained, and then 2 per rainbow while making rainbow key spheres. Like, he's just a real synergy booster on a full LR team. So he's going to be a real staple in here as well. We got the STR Gogeta. I did go with him over Vegito just because he does have that type advantage, but they are just going to be fulfilling that same role, operating in slot 3 there, with the just being a damage dealing dodger for us. And then to fill out the team, I did end up going with the physical Ultimate Gohan. So he'll be able to get his he'll have his guard initially. He can perform multiple supers if we're getting him enough ki, and he can also be super effective. So I thought it doesn't hurt to slot him in as our final unit on the team. But that's my team for this EZA, guys. Let me know down below what you think your team's going to be looking like. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.